to InfoSec World 2024. CyberRisk TV is streaming live from the expo floor in sunny and hot Lake Buena Vista, Florida. We're excited to be here celebrating the 30th anniversary of InfoSec World. I'm your host, Dr. Dustin Sachs, and today I'm joined by Joshua Copeland, who is the Director of Managed Services at Quadrant Information Security. And today we're talking about what you don't want to miss on day one of InfoSec World 2024. Josh, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Dr. D.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing over at Quadrant.
I am the Director of Managed Security Services. Largely that means I'm in charge of all of our managed services, SOC as a service, MDR, XDR, all those cool things that help you do business while we take care of all your cybersecurity stuff. I'm also an adjunct professor at Tulane University, doing all kinds of great stuff in the cybersecurity field, teaching AI, ML, ethics, leadership, all the cool stuff. Really great to be here. And of course, we know each other because I am widely known on social media as the unpopular opinion guy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And for those who aren't following Joshua's unpopular opinions, definitely follow it. You will. It's certainly entertaining, certainly thought-provoking. And we certainly have the Texas-Louisiana battle going on. Yeah. But I know you're a first-time attendee here. What have you thought so far? I mean, I know we're just kicking off, but what is your kind of opinion of this conference been so far?
So, absolutely love it so far. The Expo 4 is fantastic. I like that it's smaller than what you'd see at a Black Hat or an RSA, but absolutely higher level quality. The keynote this afternoon is something I'm truly looking forward to, just to see those kind of perspectives, and all of the different speakers and talks look to be absolutely fabulous. Yeah, we have a great expo floor, right behind us, right out here. I think we've got something in the neighborhood of about 100 plus vendors. I mean, you name it, it's a who's who. And I like that you said it's something that I've talked a lot with people about, is it really does have that RSA feel and energy without being overwhelming and really kind of like wall-to-wall people spread through a whole city. It's really nice. Everybody's together. The camaraderie is great. The laughter, every corner's got some laughter. What sessions are you probably looking forward to most today? For me, I'm looking forward to anything that has to deal with people, and then anything that's kind of the AI managed security perspective. And that's just because it's one of those things, those are our big areas. AI is emerging technology, and people are always going to be a problem in cybersecurity. So anything that relates to addressing those two issues has high interest for me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think like you said, I mean, we've got tons of sessions over the next couple days. We're going to have a bunch of other guests joining us throughout. CyberRisk TV is a great place for those of you who aren't here to really see what it means to be here. We're here celebrating the 30th year of InfoSec World, which, I mean, that's just amazing to have a conference that has lasted that long with everything we've been through in the pandemic. I know you speak at a lot of conferences. What was the real draw to come to InfoSec World?
Well, InfoSec World, it's one of those things where it's all the advantages of a huge major conference that you'd see out in Vegas or San Francisco, but it's in an area that is very much contained, and that you actually really get to interact with people. Just coming in this morning, I had about a dozen people that I've met over the course of my career where we've just literally bumped into each other, where you wouldn't see that at another conference.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. For me, the most exciting thing, in my couple of years of coming here is getting to see the people who, you admire on LinkedIn, who you follow on LinkedIn, who you talk with on LinkedIn, and be able to see those people in person. I think, that's something that we lost a lot during the pandemic, and we've now kind of really gained back. So tell us a little bit about kind of the things that you're doing in your role now, some of the unpopular opinions kind of stuff, where you really, what are you hoping to kind of get from this conference and take away, and what are the lessons that you think are going to be, that you maybe have already started to see that are going to be the most helpful to you in your role?
Well, I tend to live my life with framing things around unpopular opinions. And that's because I often see people present, here's all the awesome things. And really in cybersecurity, your job is to deal with the not awesome things.
Right.
What happens when things go wrong? So looking at all these new technologies that are out there, every year there's new companies coming out, new startups that come up with some new innovative technology that's going to, literally change the way that we do business. And being able to get access to those early and understand what's on the landscape, might be not something that I adopt now in my role with my, company here, but it's something I need to be aware of so I can talk to it with a educated mind.
Absolutely, and so we heard in this morning's keynote, and one of the things that we're going to see happen today is, we've got for the first time ever a track dedicated just to the CISOs, just to those senior leaders. But one of the big things that we heard about from Parameth Takari, who is the senior vice president in charge of communities, is that importance of building community and the importance of cybersecurity and making those relationships. Why is it so important to come to conferences like this, but beyond that, to build community? I work for the CyberRisk Collaborative, which is our member community of CISOs, 1,200 CISOs, and growing every day. What as a practitioner, why is it so important to have that community of practitioners that you can reach out to?
Well, what I found over my 25 plus year career is that rarely am I the first person to ever come across a problem. One of the things that we do universally wrong is we try to go it alone. We try to figure out everything ourselves, try to do all we have a huge community of practitioners who, by and large, want to help each other. It is absolutely, a stark contrast to other areas where everyone's very secretive and cagey and doesn't want to share their special sauce. The CISO community and cybersecurity as a whole is very open and generous and wants to get, this is something I had a problem with and this is a solution I found. Let me share that so other people don't have to have my pain.
Yeah, and I know one of the things that I know you're doing, because like you said, we know each other. Well, I know one of the things that you're doing right now is compiling a bunch of leadership development and a bunch of the top people in the industry to really kind of bring all of that together. Tell us a little bit about this endeavor that you're going through.
Yeah, so me and about 20 or so, leaders within cybersecurity are putting together a book that we've tentatively
putting together. What you mean is you're forcing people against their will, and you may or may not have, pigeonholed and forced somebody on this stage right now here.
I mean, whatever works.
You asked and we said yes. No,
Mike,
so
yeah,
yeah,
Mike,
please.
Mike, whatever arm twisting I need to do to get these folks to do it.
It wasn't really arm twisting. You asked and we were all happy to help. But yeah, tell us a little bit about it.
So it's tentatively titled, Cyber Sentinels, leadership from, across the board. I have some really great people who are putting in a lot of
questionable ones, but yeah.
I'm the most questionable on the list. That's why I'm putting it together and getting people who are way smarter than me to do that. But really, it's going to be 20 or so people who give a leadership story from their background in cybersecurity, lots of different viewpoints, and we're actually doing it for charity. We're going to give all the money to the whole Cyberhuman initiative, and really just kind of give back to the community.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that you've said recently, in the last couple of comments that's really empowering is the fact that cybersecurity is unlike most other communities. Everyone wants to share. I know I reach out to you on a regular basis. You reach out to me. We reach out to other people. And the level of conversation and the level of oh, here, I've got this policy document, or I've got this piece of research, or I've got this resource. I'm happy to share it with you. I'm happy to get on a call and spend time is such a valuable thing, but everybody I've seen in the industry, most of the people are more than willing to carve out 30 minutes to just walk you through or talk through an issue or just bounce an idea hey, is this a really stupid idea or not? And I think that that's a really, really great thing about the industry. So we're coming up to the end of our time here today. Tell us a little bit more about what you're doing, what you're looking forward to. What you would say to the people who aren't here, and share with us what you're most looking forward to and where people can follow you.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to attending the rest of the talks of this conference, hitting the vendor floor, if you're not here this year, put it in your budget for next year. I guarantee you it is well worth the return on investment. Coming out here, connecting with folks, making sure that you get to see the new technology, get to hear all these amazing speakers. If you want to follow me, I am Joshua Copeland on LinkedIn. You'll be able to recognize me by the beard and the unpopular opinions that follow through there. And
what's the next beard color?
I'm waiting to figure out what charity I'm going to do that with, and if anybody's willing to donate about $10K to a charity, I will dye my beard whatever color you want for whatever conference you want.
Does it have to be one person, or can we like group of people
You can all group it together. The money just has to go to one charity.
Okay, awesome. No, so for those of you who are watching, obviously the rest of the day today, we're going to have a number of these interviews. We'll be back towards the end of the day to do a really nice wrap up. This afternoon, we'll have Tom Ward, who's the VP of Membership for the CyberRisk Collaborative, joining us. I would encourage you, please, follow everything we're going to be doing. Make sure that you do, like Josh said, if you're not here this year, next year, end of October, definitely be here. We're here at Disney. It's always a great time. We get that little bit of Disney magic at a conference, which is always fun. You're going to meet a lot of great people. Josh, thank you for joining us today. This was really great. Thank you for tuning in for this live interview with InfoSec World 2024. To find all of the CyberRisk TV coverage of this year's event, visit securityweekly.com/ISW. And we will see you all throughout the day. Thank you.